बिल्कुल बेसिक से हम आज स्टार्ट करेंगे बच्चे। सिंपल सा टॉपिक होता है। विल बी कवरिंग दिस टॉपिक मेजरली फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वेरियस गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स। हमारे पास बैंकिंग, इंश्योरेंस, एसएससी, ऑब्वियसली नाउ दिस इज बिकमिंग अ कॉमन एग्जाम नाउ, बट नॉर्मली हमारे पास कैलेंडर्स के क्वेश्चंस होते किस तरह के हैं, मेजरली डिवाइडिंग दैट इनटू टू पार्ट्स, टू सब पार्ट्स। एक क्वेश्चन बेटे कैलेंडर का ये आता है कि हमारे पास कोई एक डेट दी होगी विद अ प्रेजेंट डे ऑन दैट, एंड देन दे विल गिव मी अनदर डेट एंड आस्क मी व्हाट वुड बी द वीक डे ऑन दैट डे। ठीक है, सो सिंपल है। जैसे मैं एक सिंपल सा रेफरेंस दे रहा हूं, आज की डेट को ले लेते हैं, आज 26 अगस्त है एंड टुडे इज वेडनेसडे, एंड लेट्स से मुझसे पूछा जाए कि आज से कुछ दिनों बाद क्या होगा। अब बहुत ऑब्वियस है, माय एक्सपेक्टेशन इन दिस क्लास, अ स्मॉल एक्सपेक्टेशन विद ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स, please bete you can unmute yourself, you can tell me the answers. If you want to have any queries, you can always keep asking me, or chat box mein bete my expectation would be you keep answering so that we'll make it a live class, thoda sa acha rahega. theek hai, so I'll keep looking down to your responses. I have my own other key, you can would be responding with each of your queries at every stage. So एक simple से point से start कर रहा हूं। अगर बच्चे आज 26 अगस्त 2020 को वेडनेसडे है, लेट्स से बेटे अगर मैं आज से कुछ दिन बाद जाऊंगा, सो सॉरी, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड। Guys, there was a message from one of you that you don't know Hindi. Guys, to be very true, this is more to be a bilingual class, but still I'll try my level best to speak most of the things in English only. Okay, but still at any point of time, if you want me to repeat anything, my expectation is bete you can message me at there are two co-hosts, so I'm looking down the responses on the one that I'm speaking is not, I'm looking down towards the chat. So there's another co-host by the name of Gautam Agarwal, which is not on the speaking mode. That is the mode that I'll be looking down towards my chat. Okay, so if you want to put me anything on chat privately, you can put it over there, or you can put the chat in to everyone so that I can also look at what is your queries. So again still says, what I'm saying is, bete, to be very true, when I says 26th August 2020 is Wednesday, now obviously a weekday would have 7 days. What does that mean? Exactly 7 days from now, either moving forward, that would be 2nd of September. So 2nd of September would again be a Wednesday. Or even if I'll move 7 days back, 19th of August again would be a Wednesday. So let me say one more thing. Guys, please, I expect everybody to mute at this stage because there are some people who have unmuted themselves. Please guys, keep muted unless I ask you to do this. So when it says, let's say today is 26th August, what would be 100 days from now? And that would be the most simplest question that would be asked in an examination. I'm expecting the answer in the chat box. You can give a journal answer in the chat box to everyone. So if it is given that 26th August 2020 is a Wednesday, or any day is a Wednesday, what would be the weekday? That would be exactly 100 days from now. Can anybody tell me something on that? I'm expecting an answer in the chat box. If 26th August is a Wednesday, what would be 100 days from now? What should I ideally do to do this kind of question now? Still waiting for your response. Anybody who can put in the chat box? Okay, but I still insist, when you're putting your answers, please put the answers common to everyone, so that we can make it more lively. Fine. So some very good. Friday, Rohan. So simple logic behind that would be, if I says 100 days, anything that goes in multiple of 7 would give me the same weekday. Ideally, 7 days from now, or 14 days from now, or 21 days from now, if I keep moving with the same multiple, definitely the weekday would remain same. So what I'll ideally would do, I'll divide 100 by 7. 98 would be something that is divisible by 7. So what I'm concerned more is from the remainders point of view. तो जब मैं कैलेंडर का क्वेश्चन कर रहा हूं, मेरा जो फंडामेंटल है, आई नीड टू लुक मोर टुवर्ड्स द रिमाइंडर व्हेन समथिंग इज डिवाइडेड बाय 7. and these remainders are popularly called as odd days. So after completed weeks, what is the extra amount of days that I have would be odd days for me. So for me, completing weeks would be 98 days. I'm left with 2 as a remainder. So Wednesday plus 2. Ideally, my answer has to be Friday. So Rohan was the first one to answer me the correct one. So I hope the basic point is clear. If I have to move any number of days ahead of a particular given day, what I would need to do is simply divide the number by 7. Look down to the remainder. If I'm moving forward, the remainder is 2. Wednesday plus 2 had to be ideally Friday. Comfortable with the point? So with the same logic, had it been 100 days before, what was the day that was 100 days before the present day? Can I again expect a quick answer from this for this question? If today is Wednesday, what was 100 days before the present day? 100 days hence, 100 days before. Good, Bede. Everybody is very good. Vinita, J, Rohan, perfectly fine. So my simple logic again would be a remainder of 2. But this time I'll be moving 2 days back because I'm moving behind. So my minus 2 has to be a Monday. So I hope the basic point is clear. Had it would have not given me the days as such, but simply tell me 50 days or 100 days from now. Simple fundamental is divided by 7. Look at remainder and you'll have an easy answer to it. Comfortable. Now, most of the time they don't come with this question. What they rather do is they come with another date and ask me to calculate the weekday on that day. Now, to make my things look little simpler, what I'm doing is I'm dividing my date into 3 subparts. One would be the date, another I'll have month, and another then we'll have year. So I'll segregate into three parts to let you understand in a better way. Sabse pehle, to begin with, let's say I had 26th August 2020 is a Wednesday. Okay, let me change this. Instead of 26th August, let's say 5th August 2020 is a Wednesday. And I'll ask you to calculate what would be 20th August 2020. Now, can I expect again a quick answer to this? If 5th August 2020 is a Wednesday, what should be 20th August 2020? Good, Devraj. Good, Jay Kumar. I'm having good answers. Rohan, Anubhami, very good. So my simple fundamental would be when I'm moving from 5 till 20, I'm moving 15 days ahead. I'll simply would take the difference of 2 dates. Then I am moving 15 days ahead. So what I'll do would be I'll divide 15 by 7. What I'm more concerned is with the remainders. So my remainder is 1. So Wednesday plus 1, my answer has to be a Thursday. So again, the fundamental remains very basic. I'll simply have to take the difference between the 2 dates. Then I need to divide that difference by 7. Again, because I was moving forward, a remainder of 1 means Wednesday plus 1 is Thursday. Had it been moving backwards, something like this? Again, can you get me the answer? If 26th August, today is a Wednesday, what was 1st of August? (26th August 2020), today is Wednesday. What I'm asking is, what was 1st August of the same month? Devraj, you need to think your answer again. Webbash, again, you need to rethink your answer. Can you please reconfirm your answer? Rohan says Friday, Babita says Sunday. I'm getting different answers from different people, bete. Rethink once again about your answers. Jay says Tuesday. Now Shoaib and Reena say Saturday. Good, Shoaib and Reena. Understand the basic point. What we need to make a small look at this is, this time what I'm doing is I'm moving 25 days back, bache. So please try to understand the point very clear. When you're moving from 26 to 1st, you're moving 25 days behind the present date. Fine. So when you'll divide 25 by 7, what you'll get a remainder of 4. But this time we need to understand 21 divide हो रहा है, remainder 4 आ रहा है. but this time I have to move 4 days back. Please again try to understand that point very clearly. This time I am moving 4 days behind. So from present Wednesday, if I move 4 days behind, or that would be let as equivalent to +3. Understand my point? It is your wish आप कैसे करना चाहते हो, but to be very true, a weekday would have 7 days. So moving back 4 days would be equivalent to moving ahead of 3 days. Wednesday +3 कर लो would be Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Or what you could have done is Wednesday से 4 days backward move कर जाओ. So Tuesday, Monday, Sunday and again Saturday. But most of us would normally get confused negatives को लेके. So the better idea would be convert negatives into positives. Again, the point is very clear. A weekday would have 7 days. Moving 4 days back is equivalent to moving 3 days ahead. So at times, if we let's say says -6 आ जाए, so -6 means moving 6 days back would be equivalent to moving 1 day ahead. So -6 would be equivalent to +1. I hope the point is very clear. Hello to Anubhav, but Anubat, there must be some problem at your end, beta. You need to cross check your net, please, because I believe it is okay with the other guys. Anubhav, can you please re-log in and let me know if there is still the problem persists, because it is okay with the on our end. Anubhav, so sorry, beta, but would not be able to help you much at this point because I'm technically not equipped with this thing. Okay, you need to cross check with the technical team. Fine, you can put your request on the the website where you have logged in, and definitely they'll be able to probably help you out in that case. Guys, I hope the point makes sense to everybody. So I've just tried to describe you the basic point moving down to the dates. Now, again, I'll be dividing that into further part. We need to look down to the month as well as the change in year. So first we started with date. Now moving down to the month. Okay, so again taking the reference of the present date, that is 26th of August 2020. Let's say they'll ask me what would be 25th of December this year, that is the Christmas. So on which weekday we are going to celebrate Christmas this year? I repeat, 26th August 2020 is Wednesday, and what we need to look is 25th December 2020. Now, what I've done is I've changed the date as well as the month, but I've kept the year as same. So what we need to now work is only on the month. Good, Sonali, very good. I'll have to move with the other guys also and let them understand this. I'll give you the example this time. How would I move with this problem? And then you can definitely try the other examples. Considering only the month at the moment, I'll probably would divide this problem into two parts. Keep the date as same, moving from 26th August to 26th December. Now, there could be ample ways of doing this problem. One is you calculate the total number of days between August and December, and then divide the same by 7 and look for the remainder. But most of the time that becomes a little more time consuming. And when it comes to government exam, major problem is your time. So the better idea would be, initially I will try to write everything, but then we'll get down to even more shortcuts. I can write all the months between August and December. Gradually I'll remove all this and would not try to write all these things, but just to begin with, August, September, October, November and December. Fine. Now, when I have to move from a date of August to the same date of September, understand we have to have 31 days in between if I'm moving from same date of August to same date of September. Reason being, August always ends with 31st of August. So that means there has to be a gap of 31 days. 31 when divided by 7 would leave me a remainder of 3. Whereas when I move from September to October, there has to be a gap of 30 days. 30 would leave me a remainder of 2. So what I try to focus at this point is only on one simple thing. I need to look for the preceding year, not the succeeding year. When I'm moving from August to September, August would be completed, so I have to look at August. if it will have 31 days, obviously the number of odd days or remainder would be 3. If I'm moving from September to October, because this month has to end with 30, so I must have a remainder of 2. So remainder of 2, 30 say 2 aa gaya. So what is important is when a month has to end with 31, you'll have to take a remainder of 3. And if a month has to end with 30, you have to take a remainder of 2. So apart from February, which definitely would be dependent on leap or non-leap year, we have only 2 options of either taking 3 or 2. So with the same logic, October ends with 31 days. So I'll have 3. November ends with 32 days. So we'll have 2. So 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, that means a total of 10. Comfortable? So had I would have been moving from August to December with same dates, plus 10 again divided by 7 leaves a remainder of 3. So what does that clearly means? 26th August is Wednesday. So 26th December has to be plus 3. That would have been Saturday. But what I asked was actually 25th of December. So now I segregate that problem into 2 parts. From August to December, I have 3 extra days. But when I move from 26 to 25, I'm moving 1 day behind. So in nutshell, what I can say is this month is giving me plus 3, date is giving me minus 1. So in nutshell, what I need to do is move plus 2. So if 26th of August is a Wednesday, 25th December has essentially be a Friday. So Sonali was perfect. She was the first one to answer, and then I have the right answer from Rohan also. So I appreciate the response. I hope the point is very clear. I'll be giving you more examples to understand the point very clearly. But what I try to do in the examination is to save time. So instead of writing August, September and something like that, we can obviously orally calculate. And we need to understand July and August are the only months that would successively, consecutively would give me 31 days. The rest all will alternatively move with 31 and 30. So only in case of 31 and August and July, I'll have plus 3, plus 3. Rest all will move alternatively with plus 2 and plus 3. Comfortable? So anything that you need to ask me in this point, please, Bete, can you confirm? Prashant, you need to switch off your video, please. Prashant Kumar. Okay. So I'll be giving you 1-2 more examples to understand the point even more clearly. Then we'll move to the years also. Chalo, take a journal example. Not with the present date anymore. If let's say it says 12th of September, (1980) is a Friday. Now, at times what they do is they do a very awkward date which is not linked to the present date. So whatever is given has to be assumed true. So you don't have to tell the funda whether this was actually Friday or not. So you have to assume that 12th September 1980 was a Friday. And let's say you've been asked to calculate what was 18th November of the same year. So it's a very simple question now, which should not take more than 30 seconds to answer. So get me a quick answer to this question. Definitely, Anubhami, we'll calculate February. I'll be taking a pause for that reason, only being because I need to introduce how many years are leaps and non-leaps. Definitely will come with an example of moving backward, February, everything and all. But as of this moment, can you please tell me the answer to 12th September 1980 to 18th November 1980? Rohan says Wednesday. Rest all? Jaya, Wednesday. Thandru, you says, I suppose you wanted to say Saturday. Other answers? Vinita says Saturday. Okay. I'm getting Saturdays as most of you. Wednesday, Sheetal. Okay. Most of you are not giving me the correct answer. Again, let's understand the fundamentals clearly. Good, Devraj. The answer is Tuesday. So I have only one correct answer by now. That is from Devraj. That is Tuesday. Please wait. Try to understand the fundamentals very clearly. When you have to move from September to November, wait, September till November, I'm writing everything just to make you little more clear, but in the actual examination, you might not write all these months. Good, Sonali. Moving from September to October, I'll have 30 days. So September to October, 30 days means a remainder of 2. What I'm assuming is I'm assuming the date to be same. So 12th September to 12th October would be +2. And 12th October to 12th November again would be +3 because October has to end with 31 days. What does it simply means? If I'm moving from same date of September to the same date of November, it has to be +5. Comfortable? But what I said was 12 till 18, which is another 6 days ahead. So again, another 6 days would give me a total of 11. Now what I'll again do would divide 11 by 7. When I divide 11 by 7, I need to have a remainder of 4. So Friday plus 4, definitely my answer has to be Tuesday. So guys, please kindly look at the fundamentals. This is very basic, very simple. You even might not write this. I would not prefer you to write this. Basic months, we all understand. So moving from September to November, I'll have to move from September to October and then October to November. What we are concerned is actually not with November. When I'm moving from September to November, we only have to look for September and October. September has 30 days, October has 31 days. So for me, moving with months has to give me +5. Whereas when I was moving with the date, it is +6, gives me a total of 11. Thank you, Vinita, for confirming that. Please wait, that would be more motivational for me also if you keep confirming and keep giving your answers in the chat box. Okay? Even from the faculty point of view, it would be always more motivating to get your responses from the class. I hope everybody is okay. Can few of you give me the confirmation so that I can move forward? I need to introduce more points here now. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you, Aishwarya. Great to see your responses, guys. Now, moving with one more thing. I definitely would come to February in 2 to 3 more minutes, but I want you to explain one more point right now. What happens at times you're asked to move backward. Again, taking the present reference of 26th August 2020, which is definitely Wednesday today. At times, what will they do is, let's say they ask me to calculate what was 30th April of the same year. So what I'm expecting you now to calculate, Harsh will end up the session by 7 o'clock. It was scheduled from 5:30 till 7, Harsh. Guys, I want you to calculate what was 30th April of the same year by the fundamental that we did right now. Can you give me an explanation of how to go about it? Your answers, please. If 26th August 2020 is a Wednesday, I want you to calculate 30th April of 2020. I'm having 2 different responses right now. I would not be giving you the right answer in the first go. Let's everybody have a fair chance to think once. Aishwarya, Rohan says Thursday. Sweetie, Thandru, Sonali again says Thursday. Can others also give me a response? I'll give you pause for 10 more seconds. Expecting the answers from other people. We have Aditya, we have other people in the class. Good, Aswati. We have Babita, we have Devraj, we have Dariman, Nitin. Good, bache. Definitely, Nitin, it is Thursday. Madhu, no. Novita, Vibhash, I have almost 50% of the class giving me correct answer Thursday. Still, bete, for others, I am explaining if I have to move with this question. See, again, assuming the date to be same, I am moving from 26th of August to 26th of April. Now, we need to be a little more clear with the idea. When I'm moving from August to April, I'll be moving backward. Instead of doing this, my preference would be move from April till August, and then you can put a negative sign over there. That could be a better way of doing it. अगर बच्चे में April से, if I have to move from April till August, now see, April will have 30 days, May has 31, June has 30, July has 31. I repeat, if I move from April till August, April, May, June, July, I don't have to take August. This is plus 10, means a remainder of plus 3. But what we have to do actually is move backward. So if 26th of April to 26th of August would have been plus 3, this could ideally be taken as minus 3. Had I would have been moving from April to August, I would have told it to be plus 3. But because I was moving from August to April, I'll take it as minus 3. So 26th of August to 26th of April would have been a net effect of minus 3. That means would have been a Sunday. But 26 till 30, I am moving 4 days ahead. If I was on 26th of April, would have been Sunday, again plus 4 to that. So in nutshell, minus 3 plus 4 is giving me plus 1. So Wednesday plus 1, that means my answer has to be a Thursday. I hope I'm making a very valid point to each of you. Those who were not able to give me the correct answer, please, beta, can you confirm if the things are okay and should we move ahead? Thank you, Jaya. Good, beta. Now, introducing the concept of February here. Now, most of us actually knows that February could have 28 days or 29 days, depending whether it is a leap year or it's a non-leap year. Now, can any one of you please give me a brief description of which years would be taken as leap years? Can you please confirm how would you decide whether a year is a leap year or a non-leap year? Which years would be practically leap years? Divisible by 4. Most of us knows that anything that is divisible by 4 is a leap year. And if you need to check divisible by 4 or leap year, we can look forward for the last 2 digits only. We have been doing it from childhood. If last 2 digits are divisible by 4, the number is completely divisible by 4. Definitely, bete. So anything, something like that ends with 0, 4, 0, 8, 12 and so on would all be leap years. So they'll have 29 days in February. Now, we all know this, but then there is an exception to this rule. Anybody who can point an exception to this rule? A year which is divisible by 4 is still not a leap year. Can anybody give me an exception to this rule? Anubhavi, 2000 was a leap year. So what is the exact exception, Anubhavi? You're close but not correct. What is the exact exception to the rule of saying that yes, even if a year is divisible by 4 is still not a leap year? Good, Aditya. 1700 was not a leap year. Can you give me a complete yes? 400 rule, Aditya. So 400 ka rule kya hai? See, any number that ends with 0 is called as a century year. Any year that ends with 2 zeros would be a century year. Now what happens is, if a year is a century year, it ends with 2 0, it will be leap only when it is divisible by 400. So that is the rule of 400. Any year that is a century year that ends with 2 zeros would be leap only when it is divisible by 400. Comfortable? So what does that means? When you say 1700, that is not divisible by 400, 1800, 1900. They are no more leap years. But yes, when it comes to 2000, it is divisible by 400, so would be a leap year. So 1600 and 2000 would be leaps. Rest century years that would be coming in between would not be taken as leap years. Just for your journal knowledge, ऐसा क्यों होता है? Why does it happen so? When this calendar was actually formed, in the initial Romans actually developed this calendar. They initially believed every year consists of 365 days and 6 hours. Now, giving 6 hours every year, after every 4 years we'll have one complete day, 24 hours. But actually the revolution of the earth was 365 days and some 11 point some minutes less than that. To basically adjust that, what they did was remove the leap year after every 100 years. So that was more of a general knowledge rule. जो हमारा अर्थ का revolution है, that is approximately 365 days, 5 hours and 48 point some minutes. To correct that adjustment, they remove the leap year after every 100 years. So what you practically needs to remember is, if a year is divisible by 4, 0, 8, 12 and all these would be leap years, and century years which are divisible by 400 would be leap years, whereas these would not be a leap year. I don't know how many have heard of this puzzle. This was a common puzzle that was used to asked in 7th or 8th class. I remember when I was in my 7th class, my teacher was teaching me calendars and asked me one puzzle. So each of you please try this puzzle, not from the point of view of examination, but just as a small puzzle. If I say my great grandfather was able to celebrate his first birthday after 8 years. I repeat, my great grandfather was able to celebrate his birthday, his first birthday after 8 years. Can you give me his date of birth? A tough one, but if you can try, not from the examination point of view, just as a small puzzle, you can pose it to your friends also. So if my great grandfather was able to celebrate his birthday, his first birthday after 8 years, what was his date of birth? Just as a small puzzle, if anybody who can answer me. Harni beta, every time it is not. If it's a leap year, he'll be able to celebrate after 4 years also. Aditya, close but not correct. His date of birth. What you're telling is the date of his first birthday. So Aditya, you're close. So what was his date of birth? Aditya, what you are telling me, he'll celebrate his first birthday on 29th November 1904. So can you tell me his date of birth? Good, Aditya. Ja, nahi bete. If somebody would be born in 1908, would be able to celebrate his first birthday in 1912. But what Aditya said, if somebody was born on 29th Feb 1986, so sorry, 1886. Aditya, was a small mistake. You said, yeah, 1896, perfect. If somebody was born in this, now after 4 years, what would happen? He'll have 1900, which is still not a leap year, so will not have 29th February. So his 29th Feb would occur after a gap of 8 years. That would be in the year 1904. Fine. So this could be a small puzzle that I could pose to you. But what I wanted to explain you only is this: normally in most of the cases, a leap year would occur after a gap of 4 years. But when there is a century year in between, there could be a case that a leap year occurred after a gap of 8 years. Comfortable? Chal. Moving back again. Now, we know that which years are leap and not. That means if they'll pose me a problem, something like that, 10th of January of an X year, let's say they've not even specified the year, was a Tuesday, what would be 25th July of the same year? A quick response. So sorry, I need to tell you the year. So sorry, would not be able to solve otherwise. Let's say the year is 2010. Because we have February, so we need to specify the year. Let's say 10th January of 2010 was a Tuesday, and what I'm looking forward is for 25th July of 2010. Vanita, rethink once. Rohan says Tuesday. Jia Friday. Honey Wednesday. Sakshi Wednesday. Sonali says Sunday. Bache, you need to rethink your answers. I've got only one correct answer by now. Others rethink. Rohan was correct, Rohan, so you need not to rethink again. Rest all, please give it a try again. I'm giving you a 10-second pause again. Good to see you guys giving responses. Harni and Sakshi was close, but retry. Good, Novita. Sweetie and Sankarshan, you need to retry, bete. Jia, again retry. The right answer is not Wednesday. Okay. For each of you, I just got two correct answers. One was Novidita and another was Rohan. Money nahi. Money. See, look at the problem. Again, I would not try to save my time and would not write most of the things. Just understand, when I was moving from January to July, ignoring the dates, assuming the dates are same, January will definitely have 3 extra days because January will end with 31. February of 2010 has to be a non-leap year. 28 divided by 7 will leave a remainder of 0. Good, Shoaib. So for me, January has to have 3 extra days. Feb would give me 0 odd days or 0 extra days apart from completed weeks. I'll have 3 extra days for March, 2 for April, 3 for May, and 2 for June. Let's be very particular, bache. We need to end till June only. I'm not considering July. I don't have to complete July. So what I did was I started from January and just kept on moving where I'll have 31 days. I have left with remainder of 3. 28 because not a leap year. I'll have 0. March, April, May, June. That is what I need to write. I need not to write anything beyond that. I need to save time in the examinations. So that gives me a total of 13. Fine. So moving from same date of January to same date of July, I'll have 13 extra days. 10 till 25, I'm moving 15 days ahead. So what I'm getting in nutshell is 13 from months and 15 from date. That's a total of 28 divided by 7. My remainder is 0. 0 means the same weekday. So my answer has to be Tuesday. Kindly look at this. The problem should not take more than 30-40 seconds in the examination. Please stop writing unnecessary things. We need to focus a lot on our speeds. That would be the key to success in any competitive exam. So when moving from January to July, what I need to write is only the residual, the number of odd days or number of extra days apart from completed weeks. So divide by 7, 31 gives the remainder of 3. When this is Feb, this is March, April, May, June. I have to go till June. I don't have to complete July. 13. Take the difference of dates, add them, divide by 7, net remainder. Tuesday में 0 add करूँगा. My answer has to begin at Tuesday. So can I have a confirmation from few of you whether the point is clear or not? Because I'll be switching up to years now. Rohan, you was clear, I know. Perfect, thank you. Thank you, Babita. Thank you, Shoaib. Thank you, Harni, Swati, Abhumani, Jaya, Abhijit. Good to see your response, guys. Thank you so much. Moving ahead. Now that was date and month. Now moving to the year. Now, when it comes to year, definitely there has to be basic fundamental. I could have a non-leap year and then I can have a leap year. We all understand a year would have a non-leap year especially would have 365 days. What does this mean? 52 complete weeks plus 1 extra day, which again I am using as an odd day. Nothing specific. Odd day का कोई मतलब नहीं है. That is only the days apart from completed weeks. Sankarshan, bete, I couldn't get your response. So sorry, I couldn't able to take your. You said no. I'll come definitely back to you. I've already raised that. I will take your doubt at the end of the class. We can sit 10 minutes after the class also, and I'll take your doubts. So sorry to miss your doubt, beta. Okay, let's move forward. I'll definitely would take another doubt session at the end of the class for 15 minutes. Nothing to worry. Just to move forward, when it says a non-leap year would have 365 days, which essentially means there has to be 52 complete weeks plus one extra day beyond the completed weeks. I hope most of us have already heard of something like that. This year, if 15th August falls on Wednesday, next year the 15th August has to falls on Thursday. Why this happens? Because if I'm moving with exactly 1 year ahead with a non-leap year in between, I'll have one extra day apart from completed week. So a leap year would have one extra day, that would be 366 days, which means 52 completed weeks plus 2 extra days or odd days. Now, what does this practically means? इसके दो usages हैं. पहला, logically, when it says a year has 52 weeks plus one odd day, let's say if I says a year has 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays. What can you say about this year? A year has 53 Tuesdays and has 53 Wednesdays. What is special about this year? Can you comment something on the dates of this year? Good, Akshita. There has to be a leap year because what I'm having is 2 weekdays that has occurred for 53 times. So definitely I'm referring to this case. 52 weeks plus 2 extra days which has occurred for 53 times. What else? What can you say about 1st January of this year? If a year has 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays, what can you say about the 1st January of this year? Good. Yeah, I'm just giving you an example. If the question says that a year has 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays, if it is given, what does that mean? This has 2 extra days beyond the completed weeks. So what does that mean? The year has to be a leap year. What else? Because it has 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays. So 1st January has to be a Tuesday. Because what happens is it goes on a rotation basis. When it says 1st January moves on, till what happens is till 29th December, you'll have completed your 52 weeks. So 1st January as well as 30th December would be Tuesday, and last weekday and your 2nd of January in this case has to be a Wednesday. So this is point that we need to notice from the examination point of view. If it is clearly given that a year has 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays, what I can say is this: the year has to start with Tuesday, will complete 52 weeks by 29th of December, and obviously because it is going on a rotation basis, what would happen on 1st January has to happen on 8th January, has to happen on 15th January. That means till 29th December, 52 weeks will complete. So this 1st January and 30th December has to be Tuesday, 2nd January and 31st December has to be Wednesday. What does that mean? 1st January of next year has to be Thursday, Tuesday plus 2. I hope ये point समझ आया. Everybody understood this point? I'm waiting for a response. If anybody needs me to repeat this point. Good, Rohan. Shoaib, good. Devraj, good. So I hope the point is very clear. So if a year has 53 days occurring for twice, Ajay, I repeat that point definitely for you. Definitely, Saswati, I am repeating this point. Logically understand. What happens in a year is we have to have 52 complete weeks. So every weekday has to occur for 52 times without exception. Monday, Tuesday till Sunday, because 52 weeks complete ho rahe hain, so every day has to occur for 52 times or minimum. Now what would happen is that extra one day would be the day that would be 1st January and 31st December in a non-leap year. And because a leap year has 2 extra days, so what would happen is the first day of that year would be the second last day of that year, and the second day would become the last day. That has to be 2 extra days. So if a year would have 53 Tuesdays and 53 Wednesdays, that means 2 days have occurred for 53 times. So must be a leap year on the first case. Second, it has to signify that this Tuesday and Wednesday would be the first 2 days of the year as well as the last 2 days of that year. Comfortable? So if a year would have 53 days for twice, that means these 2 days should be the first as well as the last 2 days of that year. Fine? So that would be the first fundamental that is important to a leap year and non-leap year. Second thing, again, coming to the traditional questions of giving you a date and then calculating the other date. Suppose, again taking the present date, it is 26th of August 2000. It's a Wednesday. Now, I'm asking you a very basic question, but I need you to be a little more clear. What should be 26th August? So sorry, today is 2020. And let's say I'm asking you to, for the immediate next year, 1 year ahead, 26th August 2021 should be. Anubhavi, I couldn't get your question, but how is it possible that after 2 consecutive days, the same day repeating? I didn't said that, bache. I only said, Anubhavi, that after 2 days, when I'm saying 1st January and 2nd January would be Tuesday and Wednesday, 30th December and 31st December would be again Tuesday and Wednesday. So 1st January of next year has to be Thursday. Comfortable? What I'm having a gap of exactly 364 days in between 1st January and 30th of December. 364 is something that is divisible by 7. So I am getting 2 different answers. That is what I need to ask, whether it should be Friday or Thursday. Few of you are saying Friday and few of you are saying Thursday. I got Thursday from 3 or 4. Vinita says Thursday. Saswati says Thursday. Good. But Shoaib, Akshita and few have said Friday, which is not the right answer. Now, need to look at one basic fundamental. We know 2020 is a leap year. No doubt in that. But see the dates. When I move from 26th August to 26th August of 2020, in between these dates, we'll have February of 2021, which will actually not have 29th of February. So what we need to focus is on whether 29th February of the leap year was a part of the period or not. But look at the problem very clearly. When you move from 26th August 2020 to 26th August of 2021, you'll have February of 2021, which will not have 29th February, so will not have 366 days. Nice discussion. So answer has to be +1. That means should be Thursday. Get my idea very clear. What is important to understand whether the dates in between, the period that we're talking of, will be having 29th February or not. I'm moving 1 year ahead. That is for sure should be +1 or +2. But if it will have 29th February in between, definitely would be taken as +2. But this period have Feb of 21, which is not a leap year. So that is why I took it to be +1. Understand the point very clearly. Had it been written like this, 26th January of 2020 to 26th January of 2021, should I take the number of days to be +1 or +2? Moving from 26th January of 20 to 26th January of 21. Perfect, Aditya, Rohan and Vinita. Everybody is perfect with the point. I hope the point is very clear. We need to look at whether February of leap year is a part of that period or not. If it is, definitely it is +2. If it is not, it has to be +1. J bete +3 nahi ho sakta. Sir, J, you said +3. If I'm moving 1 year ahead, has to be either 1 or 2, could not have 3. 3 could be only in case of more than 1 year. Good, Sonali, Vanita, everybody is clear. Good. Now, this is if only there is a gap of 1 year. What if the number of years are more? Something like 2040 now. Can somebody try and give me the answer? What should be answer for 26th August 2040? Jay, rethink your answer, please. It is not Wednesday. Saswati, rethink. Friday is not the correct answer, Rohan. This time you are not correct. Devraj, Mani, need to rethink your answers, please. Mani, no. Vinita, close but not correct. Suresh, no. Monday is not the correct answer. I have got almost every weekday, but not the correct weekday. That's a surprising. Vinita, good bete. Sunday is the correct answer. Good Aditya, good Abhijit, good Vanita. Very good. So now everybody is giving me the correct answer. Sunday should be the correct answer. Good Abhijit, 25 extra days. See, my basic logic. When I'm moving from 2020 to 2040, let's take a simple difference of these 2 years. My difference says 20 years. So if I need to understand the problem, I have to move 20 years ahead. Jisme se there has to be few leap years and some non-leap years. We understand we have to take 2 days for every leap year and 1 day for every non-leap year. Until unless there is exception of century in between, I'm excluding that for a normal examination. They would come with that exception most of the time. So what we can say is every 4th year has to be a leap year. What does this means? Among 4 years, there has to be exactly 1 leap year. Among 8, there has to be 2 leap years. So when I'm saying among 20 years, there has to be essentially 5 leap years and 15 non-leap years. I repeat, bete, what I did was I divided 20 by 4 to determine the number of leaps. Every 4 years will have 1 leap year. So had it been 8 years, I'll have 2 leap years. Had it been 12, I would have 3 leap years. So if it is 20 years, I have to have 5 leap years. 5 leap years and 15 non-leap years. Every leap year will have 2 odd days, so 10 extra days. Here 15 into 1, 15 extra days. So what Abhijit said, I'll have a total of 25 odd days or extra days. I'll divide 25 by 7. We'll look for remainder, which is 4. So Wednesday plus 4, definitely my answer has to be Sunday. Nothing very tough. Most of the time when it comes to exams like banking, SSC and all, they would not come with very tough questions. My experience of last 17 years in this field have always taught me, depending on the examination level, except for what it says CAT is an examination that comes with some type of typical questions in calendars. Most of the other examination would not come with very tough questions. So if they come with a question like this, which is simpler in my terms, I would say it's not very tough. I simply can say among 20 years, divide by 4 has to have 5 leap years and 15 non-leap years. I hope the point is clear to each of you. Thank you, Rohan. Good, Swasti, Jaya. Guys, definitely that is more motivating for me for seeing your responses. Mani and Sonali, thank you so much. Moving a little ahead. Now, be more critical on one aspect. Most of the time, if they have to make this question a little more tougher, what they'll do is put it as 42. Now, can you again tell me what should be the answer? August 2020 is a Wednesday. What I'm expecting is 26th August of 2042 now. Good bache. Abhijit, Rohan, Devraj, Vinita, very good response. Very good, Saswati, Sonali. I'm explaining one small point in this. I hope you must have noticed that. We have got 22 years in between. Leaps and non-leaps. Now, understand in 20 years, there has to be definitely 5 leap years. We are left with 2 more years. Now, these 2 years would depend. If I have a leap year in first 2 among these years, we'll have definitely leap in the end also. So what we can do is we can divide the problem into 2 parts. 2020 to 2022 and then 22 to 42. This period has to have 5 leap years irrespective of the effects. Multiple of 4 है तो उतने ही होंगे. This period would depend upon the date. From 26th August 20 to 26th August 22, they would not have a leap year because February of 21 and 22 would be a part of this period. What does this mean? I would not have a leap year in this period, but will have 5 leap years in this period. So I'll have 5 leap years multiplied by 2 has to be 10. In this remaining 17, total number of extra days has to be 27. Divided by 7, your remainder is 6. Wednesday plus 6 has to be Tuesday. So almost everybody gave me the correct answer. So I'm more than happy for that. एक और problem देने लगाऊं if you are comfortable with this. Good. Okay. So I'm giving you an arbitrary date which might not be even correct. So let's say somebody says 15th August 2011 was a Tuesday. Peter, so it's an hypothetical date. I have not checked it from calendar whether this was correct or not. And yes, I have seen in the examination they coming with an hypothetical date which is not correct. So please, whatever is given has to be assumed true in all the chapters. Even if it is deductive logic, syllogisms, all cats or dogs, whatever is given has to be taken hypothetically true. So assuming that to be true, that 15th August 2011 was a Tuesday, fine. Can you get me what will be 15th August 2053? 15th August 2011 was taken as Tuesday. You have to get me 15th August 2053. I've got 2 different responses. Rohan says Friday, Aditya says Saturday. I'm giving you 20 more seconds. Think of once again. Vinita, Abhijit says Friday. So majority of the votes going for Friday. But still rethink. Sonali and Aditya now have 2 responses which say Saturday. Let's have a small poll. Hope to everybody to respond. Devraj says Friday. Jay Thursday. Mani says Wednesday. Madhu says Friday. Swati says Saturday. So we have got 3 correct responses. The right answer is Saturday. Most of you saying Wednesday, I know Friday. I arbitrarily came up with this problem because I know most of you would be making a small mistake and says Friday. My simple advice is to look at the solution. This is a common mistake that we'll do. When I'm moving from 11 till 53, the difference here is 42 years. Now we need to segregate that into number of leap years and number of non-leap years. Now, please try to understand one point. I says among 40 years, there has to be definitely 10 leaps. Now, I need to take this 40 years separately. So what I'll be left with 2 years. That means the year period of 2011 till 2013. First 2 years would be taken separately out of 42 years, and then remaining 40 years would have 10 leap years. Now look at the problem. When I move from 11 August to 13, in between 2012 will have 29th February. So this is a common mistake that we do in the examination. In this case, typically I came out with a problem where these 2 years have a leap year. 42, 40 is divisible by 4. So among 40 years, there has to be 10 leap years without exception, except the case of that century year. In that case, that's a different case, but 40 years would have 10 leap years. In first 2 years, because I was talking about 42 years, have to have another leap year. That means the total number of leap years in these 42 years has to be 11. Most of you beta would have taken 10. That is a common mistake that we do in the examination. Now all depends on the examiner. If he really want to come up with a tougher problem, looking forward for an exception where people are expected to do a mistake, he'll definitely would come with a problem like this. The most common mistake that I believe the students are committing in the examination. Had it been easier, definitely would be easier. But in this problem, we'll probably would ignore this part. So please try to concentrate and look at this part, that this period of first 2 years would have a leap year. Another 40 years would have 10 leap years. That gives me a total of 11 leap years. So among these 42 years, 11 leap years, remaining 31 would be non-leap. That gives me a total of 53 extra days or odd days. 53 divided by 7. I understand the remainder has to be 4. So Tuesday plus 4. Definitely the answer has to be Saturday. I hope that made point very clear to each of you. Raju, Aishwarya, Vaibhash, few people have given me incorrect response. But yeah, I'm expecting Rohan perfectly fine, the first one to respond every time. Rohan, definitely very happy for you. Others, bete, those who didn't came with the correct answer, can you please perfect? Yeah. Abhijit, thank you. Devraj, Vaibhash, thank you so much. So thank you, Sheetal and Sonali. Anybody who wants me to repeat this point, please kindly tell me. Good. So now what I'm going to do is change all the 3 parameters. So you have a different date, a different month and a different year. You'll have to get me the correct answer. So if I say, let's say 1st Feb. Yeah, first, let's say I'm taking a hypothetical figure. 1st March of 2005, let's say was a Sunday. I'm taking a hypothetical figure. This might not be correct. So please assume it to be correct and then solve the other part. What would be the 3rd August 2030? Get me the answer now. Ahmed, definitely, beta, I'll do that. Vinita, so sorry I missed you. Like 2011 to 2013, any years are there? Vinita, see, it depends. I gave you 2 examples initially. Vinita, I hope the point was clear what you asked in the chat box initially. Can you please confirm? Okay, I'm getting different responses. So sorry, but I missed out few of you. I'll be again taking a doubt for last 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. Okay? So in case I have missed out something, so sorry for that. I'll definitely would be more than happy to take your doubts at the end of the session. So the answers: Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ahmed, Rubina, beta, I definitely have missed you. Definitely, I'll come back to you. Okay. So, all different answers this time. So many other varieties of answer. Chalo, I'll explain for most of you. See, now the parameters would be little more difficult because I'll have all the three different parameters here. Sabse pehle, from 2005 till 2030, see, the difference has to be 25 years. Now, in these 25 years, again, 24 years will have definitely 6 leap years. The first year, that is 2005 till 2006, it is non-leap. From 2006 till 2030, I'll have 24 years which have to have 6 leap years. So in nutshell, out of these 25 years, we'll have 6 leap years and 19 non-leap years. So what you'll have is 12 plus 19, a total of 31 extra days. Just please confirm if you're comfortable with the calculation of years. I'll definitely bet would come with the answers. I'm getting very different responses and most of you was not correct. So sorry to say, but 31 is okay with everybody. Vaibhav, Rohan, thank you. Vibhash, sorry. Now, moving from March till August. March will have 3, April 2, May 3, June 2, July 3. I keep insisting August would not be included. I'll only go till July. So this is March, April, May, June, July. This is a total of 13. And first till third, it is 2. So what would happen is 31 plus 13 plus 2. That would be 44 plus 2, 46. Now divided by 7. Remainder should be plus 4. So what I'll have would be Sunday plus 4. That means the correct answer should be Thursday. Everybody please try to look at the calculations. I could not expect a tougher question than this in the examination. So this could probably be the toughest of this type. I need to do with one more type after this. But please confirm if you are not clear with any of the point in this question. Thank you, Vinita. Most of you was not able to give me the correct answers. I really want you to go through the problem once again. Thank you, Vibhash. Thank you, Babita. Thank you, Rohan. Good to see Aishwarya, Devraj. Anybody who needs to give me anything you want, because obviously I've written everything on board. Still, if you want me to go through once again, I'll be more than happy to say it once again. Chalo. Good. So that was one part of calendar that I really wanted to go through. Fine. Then there's another thing that I've seen in the examinations at few times. That could be any examination here and there. Another type of question linked to this only, nothing very typically different. But what happens at certain times is they don't come with a hypothetical date or a reference date. Randomly they come with a question and says what was a weekday on this day. Okay. Now one way is taking the present date into consideration and then calculate with respect to that. But what happens, what if the date is in the 13th century or 14th century, or they come with the 8th century question? Would become really tough to calculate with the present date. So uske liye ek cheez samjha raha hu, if you can understand, what happens is in this calendar, every 400 years have 0 odd days. I'll take 2 minutes to explain why this happens so, but otherwise my expectations from examination point of view need to probably cram a point or two here and there. Why it happens that every 400 years we'll have 0 odd days. What happens is in 100 years, there are 2 possibilities. One, a case where century is in itself a leap year. That means it is divisible by 400. And a case there where century is not divisible by 400, so would not be a leap year. What happens here is you'll have 100 years plus 25 leap years. 125 divided by 7 will give you 6 odd days. But if the century is not divisible by 100, there will be 24 leap years. 124 divided by 7 give you 5 odd days. Now, what I wanted to say is out of it. Logically understand, if I say 1st January, let's say of 2010, I'm again taking a hypothetical figure it to be Monday. If I'll have to move exactly 100 years from now, I'll have a gap of 100 years. In this 100 years, I'll have a century which is not divisible by 400, because in this, when I'm moving from period of 2010 to 2110, the century year has to be 2100, which is not a leap year. So what will happen? There'll be 24 leap years. 124 will give you 5 odd days. So I'll have plus 5. Monday plus 5 would be Saturday. Fine. So need to remember one point critically. If you're shifting a century means you're shifting exactly 100 years. If the century year in between is divisible by 400, you'll have 6 extra days. But if it is not divisible by 400, you'll have 5 extra days. Now, what would happen in 400 years? You'll have 3 such centuries, whereas 1 this century, that will give you 15 plus 6, 21. 21 means you can understand there has to be 0 odd days. So what we can conclude here, after every 400, the calendar completely repeats itself without the exception. I'm not denying beech mein repetitions hain. There are repetitions in calendar in between also. But what we can conclude to the best of it is, after every 400 years, without exception, the calendar has to repeat for itself. Now, to take a reference point, according to the modern calendar, the calendar that we are following, that is the after common era of 1st January. What you can do is you can remember the reference date as 1st January 001 ACE, after common era, या कुछ लोग इसको AD बोलते हैं, which is Anno Domini, would be assumed as Monday. To remember it, you can remember that 1st January of 001 AD or ACE was Monday. Now, every 400 years, that means 1st January of 401, 801, all these years could be taken as Monday. There are other ways to do that, but this is, I believe, is the most logical way of understanding or remembering why it is taking this ways. I can assume the 1st January, the start of my calendar, the new calendar, the common calendar that we're following these days, is Monday. Every 400 years, there has to be 0 odd days. So 401, 8800 ones, and all of them have to be Monday. Now, this is something that we need to remember, and it's easy to remember. Now, with the reference of this, I can calculate anything. Let's say they come with a question and says, what would be 3rd April of, let's say, initially I'm talking about only 2010. Now, looking at what I've written on the board, can you help me calculate what would be 3rd April 2010? If anybody could help me, take a reference and then try to calculate what would be 3rd April of 2010. Aditya says Sunday. Okay, Aditya. Rohan says Saturday. Vinita, definitely, beta, I'll explain. Vinita, any other point that you want me to explain from this? I'm expecting you to remember a small point. First January of any of these years could be assumed as Monday. Fine. This is a reference. I says every 400 has to have 0 odd day. So if 1st January of 001 has to be Monday, 401, 801 and all of them had to be Monday. Now to calculate any of these specific dates which are given without reference, I would assume these has to be the base dates. Fine. Good, Raju. So I've got 2 correct answers, one from Raju Saka and one from Rohan Jain. But understand, if I need to calculate this question, my preference would be I would start with 1st January. After closest here has to be 2001 and that would be assumed as Monday. Now what we need to work is on 3rd of April 2010. Now here you will have 9 years. What would happen in this case is an advantage. When you're moving with this question, your 4th year has to be a leap year. So what does that mean? If you'll have 9 years divided by 4, anything left as a remainder could be ignored. 9 may have to have 2 leap years. So when you say number of leaps would be definitely 2, you need not to check the number of years that is left out because 4th year has to be a leap year. So number of leaps has to be 2, non-leaps has to be 7. So total would be 11. Then when I move from January till April, January have to have 3 days, Feb 0 because I am now in a non-leap year, March 3, total of 6, 1st till 3rd has to be 2, so total 11 plus 6 plus 2, 19, divided by 7, my remainder is 5. So Monday plus 5, my correct answer has to be Saturday. Good, Babita. Vinita, you had a doubt, so please let me know if you are still not clear. Definitely, I'll explain it again. Can you, Vinita, definitely, beta, I'll be more than happy to repeat. Bacha, mere simple, try to understand that point. What I'm simply wanted to explain, if I'm not given a reference date, I'll have to assume some reference because every time it would not be very easy to calculate from the present date. So just remember that small point for me. You have to remember this as your reference dates. So 1st January of 001, 401, after every gap of 400 years, the 1st January of these years could be assumed it to be Monday. That is a small thing that I'm expecting you to remember. Would help you out. Aishwarya, good bit. Vinita, I hope the point is clear. So if I need to calculate 2010, I had to take a reference of 1st January 2001. Now try to move forward with the same logic what we're doing in the initial part of the class. 2001 till 2010 has to be 9 years. Divided by 4, you will understand it will have 2 leap years and 7 non-leap years. 2 leap years will have 2 extra days. Each leap year will have 2 extra days. So total of 4. A non-leap would have 1 extra day, a total of 7. Means a total of 11 odd days. January till April. January will have 3. Non-leap year at 2010. So February would have 0. And March will have 3. So total of 6. 1st till 3rd, a total of 2. So 11, 6 and 2, 19 divided by 7, your remainder is 5. Vinita, can you please confirm, is it okay now? Okay, assuming Vinita is clear and everybody else is also clear, giving you one extra question to clear this point. Now, the point would be little more difficult, so try to be little more clear. What if I'll come with a question and says what was 20th of March of 1313? there definitely would be a confusion in this question. So I'm expecting you to answer 20th March 1313. Now, obviously this was a tougher one and probably the last question of the class. So I wanted you to probably do every part of it. Rohan says Sunday. Okay, Rohan. Rohan, could be very small mistake here and there. Definitely you are very close, but try to recalculate your stuff. This is very small mistake. Madhu, no, the answer is not correct. Can you please retry your answer? Sheetal, okay, good. Good, Aishwarya. So I need to give you the answer because I don't want to linger it unnecessarily. Just understand what one point, again, not expecting this as a very common question examination, but still to be on the safer side, I wanted you to be clear with all the points. I've come with the question which have a change in century as well. Just to be on the better side, just to understand the concept, what else says would be the reference date would be taken as 1st January. And I'll assume the date to be 1201. Iske paas, definitely this is a reference that I can take. So I'll take 1st January of 1201 as Monday. Now, understand the point here. I have a simple thing that I need to switch over the century as well. So I told you earlier, when I'm shifting exactly 100 years ahead or a century, I'll have to move extra 5 days because 1300 would not be a leap year. So whenever you are shifting a century, make sure you'll have 5 extra days. Moving from 1301 to 1313, there are total of exactly 12 years which will have 3 leap years and 9 non-leap years. Because there are total of 12 years. Among them, there has to be 3 leap years and 9 non-leap years. So giving me 15 here, 5 plus 15, a total of 20. So when I'm shifting years, I need to understand I was shifting exactly 20 years ahead. 20 extra days would be there with me. Fine. Then what I'll do, I'll move from January till March. So when moving from January till March, I'll have 3 days in January, 0 days in February, March lena nahi hai, so there has to be plus 3 for months. 1st till 20, I'll have 19 days for dates. So that would be 23 plus 19, a total of 42. Divided by 7, my remainder turns out to be 0. Because your remainder is 0, so the same weekday has to be there. So my answer has to be Monday. I have got Sheetal, Aishwarya giving me correct answer. Definitely, beta, I am not saying that this could be a very common question in the examination that you are targeting. But just to be on the safer side, if they want to make my question look little more tougher, this could be the idea. And probably I wanted to give you this question because at the end of the class, I wanted to come with a question which have all the parameters taken together. Okay? So I had a change in century, a change in year, change in month, as well as a change in date. even if they come with something like this, should not probably take 60, 70 seconds. So the calculation has to be done only on this basis. I hope the concepts are clear. Okay. We can have another 5-10 minutes only for your doubts. So if you want to ask me anything, I would expect you to even unmute yourself. I am giving you the permission to unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself, talk to me also. Okay? And you can put in the chat box, up to you. And we'll have a 5 minutes of quick round of discussions. If anything that you want me to answer, you want to pose any question, you're more than welcome. Mani bete, Mani plus 19. See, understand what I'm saying is years, months and date. So when I'm moving from 1st till 20, there is a gap of 19 days here. Mani, can you understand that? This was for years, this was for months, and this was the date 1st till 20. Mani, is it okay? Anybody else who want to come up with any point on calendars, anything that you want me to discuss, any question from any place, you can pose it. I'll definitely would be more than happy to answer that at this point of time. But in case you would not have any doubt, I'll have to log it off. So assuming I served your purpose, I hope you have cleared with the concept. Thank you, Vinita. Thank you, Rohan, so much. Hope to see you guys for even more webinars and more classes. Thank you, Vinita. Thank you, Vibhash. Thank you, Devraj. Thank you, Abhijit, Aishwarya. So guys, it was a wonderful time spending with each of you. Definitely a good response. That is what we'll be expecting out of you. So looking forward to see you more in more webinars and classes. Definitely, Vinita, we'll be more than happy to keep that. The technical team will definitely would come with more such sessions, and I'll be more than happy to go for all those such. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to log it off now, guys. Thank you so much for everybody.